That's the last thing I remember before the screaming started. We didn't think much of the story when the old women told us by the fire. Every village has its tales, spirits, curses, warnings about things that seem impossible in the daylight. But this one was different. They called her Princess Adama. She was beautiful, they said, with a voice like honey and skin so smooth it looked like polished ebony. But her beauty was her mask. Adama was wicked, and the forest spirits had cursed her. By night, her true form came out, a creature with hollow eyes and teeth made for tearing flesh. The old women said she lived in the woods by the dried-up riverbed, waiting for fools who strayed too far. We laughed when they said she still roams. The elders always want to scare us into staying home. But that night, my cousin Musa dared me to go with him to the riverbed. "It's just a story," he said, grinning. I didn't want to seem weak, so I agreed. We walked with a torch and nothing else. The riverbed was a dusty path surrounded by trees so tall they blotted out the moonlight. The air was still, and every step kicked up a fine powder that clung to our legs. Then we saw her. She was sitting on a rock, combing her hair. At first, I thought Musa had brought someone, a joke to scare me. "Good evening," she said, her voice soft and sweet. "Are you lost?" Musa stepped forward like he was under a spell. He was always bold, too bold for his own good. "We're not scared of you," he said. "We came to see if the stories were true." "You're brave," she said, standing up. She moved too smoothly, like her feet weren't touching the ground. "I like brave boys." Musa didn't move when she stepped closer. I think he was frozen with fear. I wanted to run, but my legs wouldn't listen. Her scream pierced the night, high and inhuman. I dropped the torch and bolted. Behind me, Musa was shouting, but his voice didn't last long. I didn't turn around. I ran and ran until I collapsed at the edge of the village. The elders found me the next morning, shivering and covered in dust. They found Musa too, or what was left of him. The old women said we were lucky she let me live. They told me to never speak her name again. But I hear her voice sometimes, soft and sweet, calling me back to the woods.